जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Gauranitai Shri Shri Gauranitai Gauranitai Jaya Jai Prabhupada Jai Prabhupada Jai Prabhupada Jaya Srila Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Srila Prabhupada Om Vishnupada Paramahansa Parivrajakaचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्री श्रीमती डिवाइन ग्रेस अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी शिल प्रभुपाद की इस्कॉन फाउंडर आचार्य बीबीटी फाउंडर आचार्य सेवियर ऑफ द होल वर्ल्ड शिल प्रभुपाद की जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्रजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्री श्रीमद शिल भक्त सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी ठाकुर शिल प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की नामाचार्य शिल हरिदास ठाकुर की प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपिका श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरिराज गोवर्धन की ब्रजभूमि श्री वृंदावन धाम की मथुरापुरी धाम की पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की श्री नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की गंगा मैया की यमुना मैया की भक्ति देवी की श्रीमती तुलसी महारानी की समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री श्री राधा श्री श्री गौरांगी बेंगलोरेश्वर की श्री श्री राधा माधव की श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा मैया की श्री श्री गौर निताय की ग्रंथराज श्री चैतन्य चरितामृत की श्रीमन चैतन्य महाप्रभु की हिताय गौर प्रेमानंदे all glories to the assembled devotees all glories to the assembled devotees all glories to the assembled devotees all glories all glories all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी नित्य नामने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे ओम ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः तदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Welcome to our evening discussion from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita by Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, Madhya Leela, chapter 8, talks between the Lord and Ramanand Rai. After taking sannyas in 1510, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that was in Magh month, in Falgun month he came to Shri Dham, Puri Dham, and in Chaitra month he delivered Sarvam Bhattacharya. Vaishak month beginning, he proceeded to South Indian tour on the pretext of searching the details whereabouts of his elder brother Vishwarup. But actual reason was not that, because Vishwarup had already taken Samadhi. And Lord Krishna, in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, being Sarvagya, all knowing, knew it well. But his purpose was to deliver all the people in South India, in Bangalore maybe, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, and Maharashtra also. So that was the reason. So when he came from Puri, Katak, then Kurmakshetra, eventually in Andhra Pradesh, when he reached Godavari, he swam across Godavari and came to the other bank of Godavari. In Kur, he met Srila Ramananda Rai, who was then the prime. He was the minister of Prataprudra in Madras region, and there they had a very wonderful conversation. So we are focusing two parts of that conversation, which will be somewhat relevant to our spiritual practices. So I will not get into other details, but he says, Prabhu snana krutya kari yache na vasiya ekabhrutya sange raya milila asiya. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took bath in Godavari river, and then his one servant Ramanand Rai came to meet him. नमस्कार कैलराय प्रभु कैलालिंगने दुई जने कृष्ण कथा कयर हस्ताने. Sarvam Bhatta, this Ramanand Rai, he folded palms, he offered obeisances. Mahaprabhu embraced him. The etiquette is younger devotee pays obeisances, and elderly devotee, senior devotee, picks him up and embraces him when there is love and intimacy. So that is how they deal. And then both of them in a secluded place started conversing. So that is one part of our discussion. So we'll discuss this. प्रभु कहे पढ़ श्लोक साध्य निर्णय राय कहे स्वधर्माचरणे विष्णु भक्ति होय. Mahaprabhu asked, please tell what is sadhya, the thing to be ultimate goal of life. And Ramananda Rai replied that Swadharma Charan, Vishnu Bhakti hoy, Swadharma Charani. By following one's prescribed duties, especially Varnashram Dharma, social position, one achieves Vishnu Bhakti. So this Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, four Varnas, and Brahmachari, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyasi, four ashramas. That means social order and spiritual orders. One, this is according to one's psychophysical nature. Many times devotees get confused whether should I become brahmachari or grihastha. What is my nature? Your nature is to be Krishna's servant, to serve him 24 hours. But we are too much on the bodily platform or on mental platform, so then it becomes little difficult. One has to overcome that, or one has to transgress it. One has to, in one sense, become transcendental to that. The gross body and subtle body will have certain nature. This varna and ashram is for gross body and subtle body. It has nothing to do with soul. What is to do with the soul is, while being situated in particular varna and particular ashram, one should hear about Lord Vishnu. That is the next sloka. Varnashrama acharavata purushena parapuman Vishnu aradhyate pantaha nanyat tattoshana karanam. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Vishnu, is worshipped by the proper execution of prescribed duties in the system of Varna and Ashram. There is no other way to satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One must be situated in the institution of the four Varnas and Ashramas. So that is for body. So it's like we sit in the vehicle, let's say very nice car, which can go with very high speed. But that's not the end. That's the beginning. What's the end? The vehicle should start and should take us to destination. So that is Vishnu Bhakti. So situated in the car is like situated in one's Varna and ashram. But then the car moving and going, taking us to destination is what is basically doing Vishnu Bhakti in a particular Varna and particular ashram. Whatever Varna, maybe somebody is Brahman, somebody is Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, and whatever the ashram, Brahmachari, Grahastha, Vanaprastha. But if they are situated in their Varnashram and they are not hearing about Lord Vishnu, they are not practicing devotional service, then it is all useless. Shrama eva hi kevalam. He says, Atapumbir Dvijashreshta Varnashrama Vivagashah Anushttasya Dharmasya Samsiddhir Haritoshanam. One should work for the pleasure of the Supreme Lord. Samsiddhir Haritoshanam. For the santushti of Lord Hari. If that is not done, then it is all useless labor. So Varnashram is for body and subtle body and gross body. Beyond that is the soul. So if one one continues to hear and chant regularly, he can transcend the bodily and subtle bodily platform, and he can be well situated on the soul platform and go on like that. Not bother too much about it. Once His Holiness Sarananda Swami Maharaj in 2019, I think, there was a brahmachari camp in Wada, GEV. He was asked, because most of the brahmacharis were senior from Mumbai, Pune, they're 40 plus. So there is something called as midlife crisis, middle age crisis. When you reach 40, some things happen in the body. So the bodily strength reduces. Some things happen. Just like puberty begins, whatever the age 12, 13. Then some changes happen in the boys and girls' bodies, and they get sexually agitated. So that is sexual kind of attraction that begins. But somewhere in 40s, it is different experience. Body undergoes some other changes, something like that. So Maharaj has asked Maharaj how to deal with this midlife crisis, middle age difficulties. Maharaj said, middle age? Soul has no age. What are you talking? Yeah. Maharaj, the way he spoke, all the devotees were shocked. Maharaj did not say, what? We are not these bodies, we are spirit souls. What is this middle age crisis? Soul is ageless. Devotees understood. We have to be on soul platform. Many senior brahmacharis, so they understood. There is nothing like midlife crisis. Soul is not having middle life. It's always existing. Neha vikarmana shosna that. What is that? न त्वेव अहम जातु नासम न त्वं नेमि जनादि न चैवं कृतन्ति अपि न चैवं न भविष्यामः सर्वे वयमतः परम. There was there a time when we did not exist and this soul just did not exist. We have been always existing. So Varnashram should not be so much a botheration. In fact, we follow Daivi Varnashram. Whatever the Guru says, that's what we do. The same brahmachari in ashram, in the morning he may do deity worship, which is suitable thing for a Brahman. Then in the daytime he may do management of the temple, that is a Kshatriya. In evening he may go out for fund collection, that's a Vaishya. And night time he may do cleansing of the temple or brahmachari ashram, that is Shudra. In one day he is Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, all four. Like that. So it doesn't matter. One doesn't have to worry so much. One should not get that paralysis by analysis. Too much analysis sometimes boys do. Am I fit for brahmachari life or grahastha life? Brahmachari life, grahastha life. Only two options are there, but in that he's thoroughly confused. So that is because of he is on the bodily platform. If only he is ready to transcend it, then it's very easy. One should just join as a brahmachari. My inner, not so hidden agenda. Always, as always. Huh? Huh? Live? I'm always live. Soul never dies. We don't worry about anything. We tell that to everyone. Everybody should join as a brahmachari. What? Please repeat. Yes. And continue for 1 year, 2 years, 5 years. If one can't, after some years, he can marry. Krishna will send Nokri and chokri. Those who stay in ashram, for them, bakri. So that's not a problem. So please remember this formula and please join. You can give up the company, you can give up the college also and company. But if you want to continue college, finish off, then come back. So that is the best. So take training as a brahmachari, and after some years, if there is felt need felt to get married, Krishna will arrange. Krishna has nokri with him or not? Then does he have chokris with him? Pitamahasya jagato mata dhata pitama. He is the father and mother of all the boys and girls. Some girl, one girl for you is not a big deal for him. He himself married 16,108. How can he not give you one? You don't need 16,108, isn't it? So he will give you one. Don't worry. So that is the thing. That's why Mahaprabhu, what is he saying? When Ramanand Rai said that Varnashram is the ultimate goal of life, Prabhu kahe, eho bahya, aage kohar. This is external. Not a good answer. It's okay. Not even okay. He's not saying okay. This is external. You had better tell me of some other means. Rai kahe Krishna karmarpana sarva sadhya sar. Ramananda Rai replied, to offer the results of one's activities to Krishna is the essence of all perfection. So first is Varnashram suggestion. Mahaprabhu discarded it. Second is offering the results of one's activities. Karma arpanam. Whatever karma you do, arpan of the fruits of that to Krishna. So then he is quoting Yat Karoshi Yadastasi, Yajjuhosi Datasiyat, Yat Tapasyasya Kauntaya, Tat Kurushva Madharpanam. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is saying that whatever you do, whatever you eat, offer it to Krishna, whatever you do, offer it to Krishna, whatever charity you give, austerity you perform, do everything for Krishna. Like that. That means whatever one wants to do, one may do, but the fruits will be offered to Krishna. Prabhu kahe eho bahya aage kah ar. This is also external. Second thing is also superficial, external. आगे कहो यार, go ahead, go higher level. राय कहे स्वधर्म त्याग यही साध्य सार. Giving up one's swadharma only. Which swadharma? Varnashram. Whatever the dharma of the body, gross body and subtle body, give that up. That is sadhya sar. That is the ultimate essence of perfection. So in that he quotes, occupational duties are described in the religious scriptures. If one analyzes them, he can fully understand their qualities and faults and then give them up completely to render service unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Such a person is considered a first class man. Sa, Sat, Sattamaha is a first class person. Because there are so many faults in every duties that we have. All these Varnashram duties. Some fault or the other will always be there. So better give it. In Kshatriya has to kill so many people. Vaishya has to sometimes tell lies, kind of. Or oh sir, my dear sir, for you I am not taking any profit. Is it possible? 100 rupees things he sells for 100 rupees. Is he Vaishya? What profit is he having? He will sell it for more, but he will say, no, you are my very good friend. I am not taking any profit from you. So he will also tell lies. Sudra also, there will be some problem. Brahmana also, there will be problem. So many faults are there. So give up the Swadharma only. So that is what is third option, suggestion given by Ramandra. And for that sloka quoted is Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Vraja. Aham Tuam Sarva Papebhyo Moksheshyami Masucha. Abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you on sinful reactions. Do not worry. But this is also not acceptable. Third one. प्रभु कहे एहो भाई आगे कह आर. राय कहे ज्ञान मिश्र भक्ति साध्य सार. Why Mahaprabhu is rejecting this? Because if you see, according to Bhagavad Gita, this is Charam Shloka. The conclusion of Bhagavad Gita is Dharman Parityajya. Every ISKCON का बच्चा बच्चा जानता है ये श्लोक. So how Mahaprabhu is saying this is external? Because in this also, this is Varnashram duty giving up. So only Sarva Dharman Parityajya. He is giving up that. And especially the Sharanam part is not so much there. So that's why this Swadharma Parityag is not considered special If one surrenders to Krishna fully through Shravanam, Kirtanam, and ninth process of devotional service, then it is fine. But only Swadharma Tyag is not acceptable. Because if one gives up one's prescribed duties and doesn't take to devotional service, he will become a pretender, hypocrite. Krishna says that mithyachara sochate karmendriyani samyamya yaste manasa smaram indriyathan vimudatma mithyachara sochate. If one gives up the activities of the karmendriyas, what do you call it, working senses, then his mind will be dwelling on sense objects. Then such a person will become a pretender. So that's why Swadharma Tyag is not enough unless one takes to devotional practices. So he next fourth suggestion by Ramandra is Jnana Mishra Bhakti Sadhyasar. He says that devotional service mixed with empiric knowledge is the essence of perfection. So this is Jnana Mishra Bhakti. Bhakti is predominant, but in that Jnana is also there. And he's quoting that 18.55. ब्रह्मभूत प्रसन्नात्मा न शोचति न कांक्षति समः सर्वेषु भूतेषु मद्भक्तिं लभते param. So this is also Gyan practice. Morning we were discussing about it. One has got self-realization whereby he understands I am not body, I am spirit, soul. He is not hankering for anything, nor is he lamenting, not hankering for future achievements. There is nothing to achieve in future, and there is nothing to lament about the past, whatever losses were there. And he sees all living entities with equal vision. Then he can embark on the path of devotional service. Mad bhaktim labate para. Prabhu kahe eho bahaya aage kaho ar. This is also external. Fourth thing also not acceptable by Mahaprabhu. Rai kahe jnana shunya bhakti sadhya sar. Now bhakti but without gyan, that means that mental speculation. Speculative knowledge is not there in that bhakti. And then for that shloka is Jnane prayasamudapasya namantayeva जीवन्ति सन्मुखरितां भवदीयवार्तां स्थाने स्थितश्रुतिगतां तनुवान् मनोभिर् ये प्रायशो अजितजितो अपि तैस्त्रिलोक्यम्. So this verse is acceptable by Mahaprabhu. Eho hoy. Fifth proposal given by Ramananda is okay. Mahaprabhu is saying. So in this, what is saying? Jnane prayasam udapasya namanta eva. Udapasya, he has given up. What? This mental speculation. Jivanti san mukharitam bhavadiya vartam. He lives his life, Jivanti sat mukharitam. Hearing the words emanating from the saintly person. Jivanti san mukharitam bhavadiya vartam. He hears the news about the Lord, about Krishna's name, fame, qualities, pastime. Then Sthane stitah, wherever he is situated, whichever varna, whichever ashram, that doesn't matter. Shruti gatam tanuvan manobhir. He is hearing about the Lord with his body, mind, and words. Ye prayasho ajita jitopi tarasti lokya. So by this, he will be able to conquer the unconquerable Lord. So in this hearing about the Lord is predominant thing. Jnana is not there. Mental speculation is not there. What is he doing? Jivanti sanmukharitam bhavadivartam. He is hearing from saintly persons who are coming in parampara, who is speaking the bona fide message of the Lord from Gita, Bhagavad, etc. So that becomes bhakti. That's why the first proposal, Varnashram, rejected. Second proposal, Karmarpan, rejected. Third proposal, Dharma, Swadharma Parityag, rejected. Fourth proposal, Jnana Mishra Bhakti, rejected. Jnana Shunya Bhakti. So in that predominant factor is hearing about the Lord from pure devotees. So Mahaprabhu says, Eho hoy, this is fine, but aage kaho aar. It is all right, but still you can speak more on the subject. Rai kahe prema bhakti sarva sadhya sar. Ecstatic love for the Supreme Person of Godhead is the essence of all perfection. So he is going now higher and higher. So for that he quotes one shloka. Ramandra continued, as long as there is hunger and thirst within the stomach, varieties of food and drink make one feel very happy. Similarly, when the Lord is worshipped with pure love, the various activities performed in the course of that worship awaken transcendental bliss in the heart of the devotee. All of us know when we are hungry or we are having hunger or thirst, the food and drink, they are very relishable. Once the hunger is over, then okay, Hari. Even if gulab jamun is on, Hare Krishna. Malpua, Hare Krishna. Keep it in the locker, by the way. Evening again, I will feel hungry. I will take them. So when the Lord is worshipped with pure love, the various activities performed in the course of that worship awaken transcendental bliss in the heart of the devotee. So this prema bhakti is sadhyasar, that is Ramandra's uh, proposal. And for that, he is quoting one more thing. Krishna bhakti rasa bhavita matihi kriyatam yadi kutopi labhyate tatra laulyam api mulyam ekalam janma koti sukrutair na labhyate. This is verse by Srila Bilvamangal. This is by Rupa Goswami. From Padmavali. Okay. So this means pure devotional service in Krishna consciousness cannot be had even by pious activity in hundreds and thousands of lives. Mahaprasade, Govinde, Nama Brahmani, Vaishnave, Swalpa Punyavatam Rajan, Vishwasane Jayate. So one's faith in these four activities, Mahaprasad, the remnants of the Lord, Govinda, Lord Himself, Nama Brahmani, Nama Brahma, that is the holy name of the Lord, Nama Brahmani, Vaishnava, and in Vaishnavas cannot be developed with small some punya, especially karmyon sukriti, materialistic punya, piety, cannot lead to having faith in these four. It requires spiritual ingredients, spiritual faith. Then one will have it. So similarly, he's saying pure devotional service in Krishna consciousness cannot be had by pious activity in hundreds and thousands of lives. It can be attained only by paying one price, that is intense greed to obtain it. If it is available somewhere, one must purchase it without delay. One should purchase pure devotional service if it is available anywhere. Purchase it. Prabhu kahe eho hoy, aage kaho aar. Mahaprabhu said, this is all right, but if you know more, please tell me more. राय कहे दास्य प्रेम सर्व साध्य सार. Now he is getting into rasas. Till now these other things were there. Swadharma acharanam. Next is karmarpanam. Then next is swadharma tyag. Then jnana shunya bhakti. Then jnana mishra bhakti. Jnana mishra bhakti first and then jnana shunya bhakti. So from jnana shunya bhakti onwards, Mahaprabhu started saying eho hai. And then next he said Krishna Prem. So that he said eho hai. Then he said Dasya Prem, Sarva Sadhya Sar. Spontaneous loving service in servitude as exchanged by master and servant is the highest perfection. So four rasas we know. In that Shantaras there is no reciprocation. So Dasya ras he is saying. So for that he quotes Yannam Shruti Matreena Puman Bhavati Nirmalaha Tasya Tirtha Padha Kimva Dasannam Avashishyate. A man becomes purified simply by hearing the holy name of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, whose lotus feet create the holy places of pilgrimage. Therefore, what remains to be attained by those who have become his servants? So, servitorship, like that. Then he quotes the verse by Yamunacharya in Stotra Ratna, 43rd verse. Famous verse, Prabhupada quoted sometimes. भवन्तमेवानुचरन् निरन्तरः प्रशान्तनिःशेषमनोरथान्तरः कदाहमैकान्तिक नित्यकिङ्करः प्रहर्षयिष्यामि सनाथ जीवितम्. By serving you constantly, one is freed from all material desires and is completely pacified. When shall I engage as your permanent eternal servant and always feel joyful to have such a perfect master? Prabhupada, when he was having morning walk on the beach of Arabian Sea in Juhu, Mumbai, so then he pointed out, just look at that dog, stray dog, street dog. So it is just loitering here and there and becomes object of ridicule or criticism or attack other living entity, other human being. Sometimes they may hit him with the stick, sometimes they may kick him with their foot, like that. But on the same Juhu beach, there are so many rich people coming with their pet, their dog, home dog. So that dog is very plumpy fellow. He's nicely fed. He has a belt around him. So the belt is sign that he has a master, and then that master takes care of all his requirements. So like that here our Acharya Yamunacharya is saying, when will I be servant of yours, O Lord? When will you accept me? You are the fitting master, and I am unqualified, but if you could accept me as your servant, then my life will be, I'll be anath. Otherwise I'm anath, I'm orphan. But when you accept me as your servant, then I'll become Sanath Jivit, and my life will reach perfection. So this is Dasyaras, serving the Lord as as Lord's servant. प्रभु कहे एहो होय किछु आगे आर. Mahaprabhu said, yes, all right. Is there something more? Rai kahe sakhya prem sarva sadhya sar. He says, loving service to Krishna rendered in fraternity is the highest perfection. For that he quotes that famous verse of 10th canto. Ittham satam brahma sukhanubhutya dasyam gatanam paradaivatena maya shritanam naradarakena sakam vijavruhu krutta punya punjaha. Here it says Sardham. Okay, anyway, Sardham is in friendship. So he says, neither those engaged in self realization of appreciating the Brahman effulgence of the Lord, nor those engaged in devotional service while accepting the Supreme Personality of Godhead as Master, nor those under the clutches of Maya thinking the Lord as ordinary person, can understand that certain exalted personalities, after accumulating volumes of pious activities, are now playing with the Lord in friendship as cowherd boys. So these boys have performed heaps and heaps of devotional activities. That's why they are elevated to the position of being friends of Krishna, and they are playing with Krishna. Can you imagine playing with Narendra Modi, playing with Bill Gates, or such powerful personalities, famous personalities? You cannot even get to see them. But here, these boys are playing with Krishna. In fact, they many times defeat Krishna also. So this is because of their heaps and heaps of devotional activities. So this is devotional service in fraternity, friendship. They did not directly mention. We'll have to read article and commentary by Bhaktivinoda Thakur or somebody. So we'll not get into that. But generally, the four rasas are only given prominence. That's Sakhya Vatsalya Madhuri. Shantaras is not so much discussed. Anytime Gyanis attend that kind of thing. General category. प्रभु कहे हो उत्तम आगे कहो आर. When Sakhya ras is described, Mahaprabhu says this is very good. But please proceed even further. Mahaprabhu has so much thirst for knowing higher and higher things. Rai kahe Vatsalya Prem Sarva Sadhya Sar. Loving service to the Lord in the parental relationship is the highest perfectional stage. For that famous verse, Nanda kim akarod brahman shreya evam mahodayam yashoda va mahabhaga apo yasya hastanam harihi. This is also from 10th canto. He says, Raman Rai continued, O Brahman, what pious activities did Nanda Maharaj perform by which he received the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna as his son? And what pious activities did Mother Yashoda perform that made the absolute Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna call her mother and suck her breasts? Such a fortune, calling mother to Mother Yashoda. So, what was her devotional activities? Then Nemam Virinchano Bhava Na Shriya Shrir Api Anga Samshraya Prasadam Lebhire Gopi Yattat Prapa Vimuktidat. The favor Mother Yashoda obtained from Sri Krishna, the bestower of liberation, was never obtained even by Lord Brahma or Lord Shiva, nor even by the goddess of fortune, who always remains on the chest of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So we are celebrating this Damodar month. We know that whole Damodar Ashtakam, in that so much relationship between Yashoda and Krishna. यशोदाभियो लोकलद्धवमानं परां दृष्टमत्यन्ततो धृत्यगोप्या मुहुश्चुम्बितं बिम्ब रक्तधरं मे मनस्याविरस्ताम् अलं लक्षलभै. So much description of Yashoda's relationship with Krishna, in particular this Damodar pastime. So, what great fortune, what pious activities did she perform? So, then he says, प्रभु कहे एहो उत्तम, आगे कहो और. This is certainly getting better and better, one after another. But surpassing all of them is another transcendental melo. Rai kahe kanta prem sarvasadhya sar. And you can speak of that as the most sublime. So Ramanand Rai replied, conjugal attachment for Krishna is the topmost position in love of Godhead that gopis have. So for that he quotes Bhagavatam 10th canto, 47 chapter, 60th verse. When Lord Sri Krishna was dancing with the gopis in the Ras Leela, the gopis were embraced around the neck by the Lord's arms. This transcendental favor was never bestowed upon the goddess of fortune or the other consorts in the spiritual world, nor was such a thing ever imagined by the most beautiful girls in the heavenly planets, girls whose bodily luster and aroma resemble the beauty and fragrance of lotus flowers. And what to speak of worldly women who may be very, very beautiful according to material estimation. So these are anyway rejected. Worldly women never get embraced by Krishna. Even the heavenly girls like Ramba, Urvashi, Menka, Tilottama, Purvachitti, so many of them are very beautiful, undoubtedly, million times more beautiful than the human girls on planet Earth. But even they are not embraced by Krishna. And even Lakshmis in the Vaikuntha world, there also there is so much awe and reverence. So there Vishnu and Lakshmi they are not embracing and all that. Okay, Lakshmi is sitting. She has position on the chest of the Lord, but then she is at the lotus feet of the Lord, massaging the Lord's lotus feet. So not even they don't have, but the gopis have that fortune. So that's why this is highest. So then that description goes on. So all the devotees in different rasas, they are completely satisfied. Just like an example is given of different bottles having different capacity, 1 liter, 2 liter, 5 liter. Once you fill them all and completely up to bring, and then you put one drop here, it spills over. And in another bottle of 2 liter, you put one drop, it spills over. All are fully satisfied. The capacities are different. Here only 1 liter water, here 2 liters, here 5 liters. But they are all satisfied. So similarly, devotees, whether Dasyaras, Sakyaras, Vatsalyas, or Madhav, they are all satisfied. But the degrees, the levels are still existing. So that is one discussion that is there between them, and then it goes in higher levels. But then we will go ahead with the next discussion. Any question on this? Anyway, that is how it is. You cannot have question why it is like this. But any clarification in case you want? Could I have this? Do you have question? Hmm. No, Raganuga you have to get into. In fact, beyond that also is Bhava and then Prema. It's not even Raganuga also. Raga Bhakti, it's okay in general, but you have to go beyond even that platform. You have to get into Bhava and eventually Prema. Out of the 10, we can keep hearing about the Lord and chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Any other question? Better show than only. Keep it there only. And then everybody will feel. I'm already crying for something. Nasi over, I think. But Prabhu did not say Srila Prabhupada ki. And that is said, Prasad doesn't. So any other question? You'll have 2-3 minutes kirtan then. And break. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna. Yes, the next discussion is after some verses is about in the morning what we discussed. So similar discussion is there. Again, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is asking Ramandra several questions. So this was some other day. They met for some 7 to 10 days every night on the bank of Godavari. So one particular night, प्रभु पूछे रामानंद करे न उत्तर यही मत से रात्रे कथा परस्पर. Mahaprabhu would ask question and Ramananda would answer. And like that whole they would have discussion. प्रभु कहे को न विद्या विद्या मध्य सार. On one occasion, Lord inquired of all types of education, which is the most important? Engineering, arts, commerce, microbiology. राय कहे कृष्ण भक्ति बिना विद्या नहीं यार. Ramandra replied, no education is important other than the transcendental devotional service of Krishna. Everything else is asar, useless. Yes or not? Say loudly, Hari Bol. Then you are qualified to practice pure devotional service.
If you have any faith in NIT, IIT, you're disqualified. So others are avidya, because vidya means to know three things: what is matter, what is spirit, and who is the controller of the both. But in our mundane education institutes, what is taught? Only what is matter. What are neutral gases, what are the metals, alloys, and so many other matters. What they call dissection of frogs, earthworms. Poor fellows, they are killed, and inside what you see, stool, urine. Your stool urine is not enough, so you want to see stool urine of frogs, earthworms, etc. So this is only matter that is being discussed, and soul, no discussion in any educational institute. And forget about the controller of both the Supreme Lord. That's why when Prabhupada was given a tour of MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology in America, so Swamiji, this is our microbiology department. Swamiji, this is our physics department. This is mathematics. This is chemistry. There's so many departments, more than 150 maybe, because MIT is big uh, institute. So then Prabhupada said, but where is that department which distinguishes the dead from the living? That means soul and body difference is taught. Where is it? So we don't have any department like that. Prabhupada said, what is the use? They're all useless. Entire MIT is useless. In one shot, out. Like that. So that's a pure devotee who only tries to see Krishna. And if Krishna is not there, or even the basic knowledge leading to Krishna of self-realization, that is not there, then what is use? Just like Hanumanji, when he was garlanded, he was given garland of pearls, pearl necklace. So he broke the pearl and he was seeing inside and throwing and all that. And everybody said, Arey, Mother Sita has given you, why are you doing like that? No, I'm just saying whether there is Lord Ram inside that. Because I don't accept anything which doesn't have Lord Ram. Like that. They said, oh, really? You're so proud? So, is there Lord Ram in your heart? I said, yes. Then he tore up his heart, and everybody saw Sita Ram there. Understand? So, that is a pure devotee. He goes in the root of everything. Root of everything is Krishna. If that is not there or presented, then what is the use? Then we have no interest in it. So Krishna Bhakti Vina Vidya Nahyar. Next. Kirti Gana Madhya Jivera Kona Bodo Kirti. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then asked Raman, out of all glorious activities, which is the most glorious activity? Most glorious. To have BTech, MTech, or to be a billionaire, trillionaire, or to be very beautiful. What is most famous thing? Krishna Bhakta Baliya Yahara Haya Khyati. That person who is reputed to be a devotee of Lord Krishna enjoys the utmost fame and glory. Ribol. Krishna is famous. Ebe Yash, not Gushuk Tribhuvan. Krishna's glories are sung by all the demigods also. Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutae Stunvanti Divyaistave Vede Sanga Padakrama Upanishadair Gayanti Yam Samaga ध्यानावस्थित तद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो यस्यांतं न विदुसुरसुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः. So in all the 14 planetary system, in all the universes, Krishna's fame is spread. And that Krishna is always glorifying devotee. Here we are trying to be Krishna conscious, but Krishna in Golok Vrindavan is always devotee conscious, pure devotee conscious. So who could be more famous than a devotee of the Lord? He is most famous personality. Ebeyash Gushuk Tribhuvan. In all the 14 planetary systems, devotee's fame is glorified. He is most famous. That person who is reputed to be a devotee of Lord Krishna enjoys the utmost fame and glory. That's why after visiting the tomb of Haridas Thakur in Jagannath Puri, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself put the body of Haridas Thakur in the sand of the beach. Mm. He personally sang, he danced with the body, etc. And after visiting that tomb, after many years, Bhaktivinoda Thakur wrote a poem. In that one stanza, he wrote, absolute sentient thou has proved, impersonal calamity thou has, sorry, not this. He reasons ill who says Vaishnavas die, for thou art living still in sound. Vaishnavas die to live, and while living, spread the holy name around. So this was in the whole poem is in the glorification of Haridas Thakur. But this particular stanza is most famous and it is quoted quite often. That he reasons ill who says Vaishnavas die. That person is telling white lies who says that that particular Vaishnava is dead. Haridas Thakur is dead. Whosoever says that he is telling white lie. That means सफेद झूठ सरासर झूठ बोल रहा है वो because Vaishnavas die to live. They even if they die, they still live through their fame, their words, and while living, spread the holy name around. And as long as they are living, they are spreading the holy name also. So Vaishnavas never die, nor does the fame of the Vaishnava die. It is ever increasing. It's like we can see Prabhupada left body in 1977. Now, how many years are over? Huh? 46, 747. And Prabhupada's fame is ever increasing. In those years, not many knew Prabhupada. Now more people know Prabhupada. And he will become more and more famous. That is how devotee's fame is. So Krishna Bhakta Boliya Yahar Hoy Khyati. That person who is reputed to be a devotee of Lord Krishna enjoys the utmost fame and glory. So many devotees, great souls, we are hearing their glories now after 500 years, 1000 years, 2000 years, 5000 years, isn't it? So many of them. Who is remembered? Can you tell me some 4000 years back, some rich person or some famous person who was famous that time, who was not a devotee? No, I hardly know. Huh? Bill Gates? Devils? Demons? They also had connection with Lord, no? They fought with the Lord. That's why they are famous. So nobody is there. In fact, according to mundane material science, the history 2300 years old only. Before that, it was Stone Age, apes were there, all that. So there's no famous person. But we can see from scriptures, so many devotees of the Lord, they are so famous. Like anyone? Huh? Like Yamunachari, here only we have example. Before Ramanachari himself was there. Many pastimes of Yamunachari are also there. That Kanchipurna pastime we know. And so many devotees. Even 5000 is Sudama. 5000 years back, old, the poorest person. But he is so famous because of his devotion to Krishna. And so many others. Krishna visited two devotees in Mithila, Shutadev and Bahulashva. One was king. Bahulashva was king, rich man. He gave grand reception to Krishna, red carpet welcome. But Shutadev was poor Brahmin. He did not. When Krishna came, he was not having anything. So he took his uttari and just wrote, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. He danced. There was no musicians for king's reception of Krishna. There's so many musicians, drum players, and so many instruments played. Here, no one there. He is only dancing, he's only singing, and he's only waving the uttari. So, and Krishna was so happy with him. So we can see any devotee for that matter, or even before that also. Jatayu, lakhs of years back. Eagle, who cares for eagles? Among the species also, eagle is considered not so good. But Jatayu is so famous because of his devotion to the Lord. So devotees' fame is undying fame. How many of you want to achieve undying fame? So become pure devotees. Yeah, pure devotees also only have undying fame. Nobody else. Sampatira madhya jivera kona sampatti gani. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked, of all capitalists, who possess great riches, who is the topmost? Radha Krishna Premayara Sei Bodo Dhani. Ramananda replied, he who is richest in love for Radha and Krishna is the greatest capitalist. Hari Bol. So, not by earning monthly 1 lakh rupees, 2 lakhs rupees, 3 lakhs rupees. You are the greatest capitalist. That anything can happen in the world and your money, it will be revealed that, oh, 2000 rupees notes are outdated or 500 rupees notes are outdated. And oh, so many thousands of rupee notes I have. They are all useless now. Then after that demonetization and all, So they made that 1000 rupees pulp of that paper, and they made into cardboard kind of thing, and they sold it with a high price. And some middle class people, they purchased that what you call, cardboard or kind of thing, and they slept on that and was very happy that "हाय God, मैं लखपति हूँ." इतने हजारों रुपयों के नोट के ऊपर सोया हूँ, 1000 रुपए के नोट्स. This was before when that 1000 rupees note was removed from market. That was sold with paper, रद्दी रद्दी के भाव से बेका गया, gone ना. 1000 rupees over now. So that time it was sold in the market, and some plywood kind of things were made. So then people purchased. Poor fellows, not the richest people. So he who is richest in love for Radha and Krishna is the greatest capitalist. प्रेम धन बिना व्यर्थ दरिद्र जीवन दास करी वेतन मोरे देहो प्रेमो धन. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself is explaining in last chapter of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita that the greatest wealth in the creation is prem dhan, Krishna prem dhan, love for Krishna. Anybody who possesses love for Radha and Krishna is the richest person in the creation. Prem dhana vina, without this, vyartha, life is useless. कृष्ण रति बिना जीवन तो मीछे है. प्रेम धन बिना व्यर्थ, life is daridra jivan is the most poverty stricken fellow, one who doesn't have Krishna prem. So all these rich people, Bill Gates, Mukesh Ambani, all those who don't have devotion of Krishna. Okay, Mukesh Ambani very dharmic, but because he doesn't have pure love for Radha and Krishna, that is not the only goal. He is daridri, very poverty stricken. Among the poor people, these people's names will come. Like that. And ISKCON all devotees, they will come far above to Mukesh Ambani. They will be one of the toppers list. Like that. But don't be too much agitated. We are Kanishta Adhikari. Above us pure devotees are there. Many are there. We have to become pure devotees. We also are looking for, मोरा यही अभिलाष अमेरिका देवोवास. है कि नहीं? सुबह not to Tulsi Maharani, with folded palms. मोरा यही अभिलाष अमेरिका देवोवास. US in MS, MS in US, like that. ये अंदर की बात है. I am telling you the song of the subtle body. I'm not telling the song of the lips. Song of the lips is मोरा यही अभिलाष विलास कुंजे दियोवास. I'm telling you the mental voice, which is not heard by many others. Only Paramatma hears that. Paramatma only told me. Many devotees are in ISKCON are praying, even brahmacharis. मोरा यही अभिलाष बॉस्टन मध्ये दिवोवास. Because Radhesha Prabhu has started preaching in Boston. So please give me some place in Boston. One small room will do. One room with attached toilet bathroom. And one assistant who will cook for me. Like that. That much is enough. And certainly some college and some boys. So, perfection of my Boston life and overall human life. प्रेम धन बिना व्यर्थ दरिद्र जीवन दास करी वेतन मोरे देह प्रेम धन. O Lord, make me your servant and give me the salary वेतन मोरे देह प्रेम धन. Give me Krishna प्रेम धन. भक्ति योग भक्ति योग भक्ति योग धन भक्ति यही कृष्ण नाम स्मरण क्रंदन. Here also it says धन. Bhakti yoga, 3 times it is saying. Like Hare Nam, Hare Nam, Hare Nam. Bhakti yoga, Bhakti yoga, Bhakti yoga, dhan. This is the supreme wealth, devotion for Krishna. Bhakti yahi Krishna Nama Smarana Krandan. What is Bhakti? Chanting the holy name of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. This is lower level. Higher level is Smaran. How many of you remembered Krishna 8 times and Radharani 8 times when you chanted this Hare Krishna mantra? That's the failure. Bhakti yahi Krishna Nama Smaran. Krishna Smaran. Krishna Smaran is not happening because of impurities of the heart. And highest is Krishna Krandan, while chanting Krishna's name, crying. This is topmost for pure devotee. So we have to reach that level. गोलोकेर प्रेमाधना हरिनाम संकीर्तन रतिना जन्मी लोकेने ताय. So here also dhan word is coming. Golokera prema dhan harinama sankirtan. This is the topmost wealth. So he who is richest in love for Radha and Krishna is the greatest capitalist. He is quoting from 1039 Kim alabhyam bhagavati prasanne shri niketane tathapi tatpara rajan nahi vanchanti kinchana. What is difficult for the devotees of Lord Krishna, who is the shelter of the goddess of fortune? Although such devotees can obtain anything, O king, they do not desire anything. They can obtain anything, devotees, but they do not desire anything. Amazing. And those people who cannot obtain anything, they desire everything. So many people in Bombay, Pune, Bangalore, Hyderabad. Next, Dukkha Madhye Kona Dukkha Haya Gurutar. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is asking, of all kinds of distress, what is the most painful? Krishna Bhakta Viraha Vina Dukkha Nahi Dekhi Para. Apart from separation from the devotee of Krishna, I know of no unbearable unhappiness. So only dukkha is separation from devotees. All of us may say, oh, I did not get job in super dream company. I don't have 5 digit salary. I don't have job. I'm not getting a wife. Some devotees are the names are there in marriage bureau. Wife only is not coming. Hmm? Proposals come, proposals go. They are unmarried only. So much of dukkha everybody expresses. But only dukkha, apart from separation from the devotee of Krishna, I know of no unbearable unhappiness. There is no other dukkha in life apart from separation from Krishna's devotee. So one should have that feeling. Our Narottam Das Thakur says, Daya karo Sri Acharya Prabhu Sri Nivasa Ramachandra Sangha Mage Narottama Dasa. So he is desiring the association of Ramachandra Kaviraj, his dear friend. And that song of Vaishnava Viraha Janita Vilapa, because of a Vaishnava living body, so whatever dukkha generated, so that is put in song 5 stanzas by Narottam Das Thakur. जे अनिल प्रेम धन करुणा प्रचुर एनो प्रभु कोथा गेला Acharya Thakur. So this is in general Acharya Thakur, some particular Acharya devotee who has left body. I am not getting his association. He brought Prem Dhan, Karuna Prachur. Jnanilo Prema Dhan. Here also Dhan word is there. See, everywhere Krishna Prem Dhan only is Dhan. All this, your rupees, cents, dollars, euros, dinar. This is not Dhan at all. ये तो कागज के नोट. गधे को देंगे बोलेंगे ब्रेकफास्ट ज़्यादा हुआ नहीं. You give 2,000 rupees notes and like that 50, 20 notes, 50, 100 notes to a donkey. He will eat them all and say, not enough breakfast. 1,000, 2,000, 2,000 rupees notes should have been there. तो थोड़ा शायद पेट भरता था. So these currency notes have no value. Krishna Prem Dhan is the topmost. So we should feel separation. So then he says, Kaha mora swarup rupa, kaha sanatan. एक काले कोथा गेला नहा कहा मोरा स्वरूप रूप कहा सनाता कहा मोरा बट्टा जुगा पतिता पावा. अरे कहा कविराज. ओके ठीक है. नाथ patita pava. So he gives names of different devotees and feeling separation from each and every one of them, and then से सब संगीर संगे जे कोइल विलास से संगन पाया कांदे Narottam Das. Then he telling again general life. They all have gone to Golok Vrindam and not getting their association. I'm only crying, weeping. And then Gauranga also, Gaura Nataraj, he's also gone. So this is dukkha, separation from devotees. So do we feel this dukkha? Some nice devotee comes to our place and we get their association, so many classes, kirtans, dancing, personal interactions, some services directly, etc. And then they leave. So do we feel something in heart? और we feel very good. गए एक बार प्रभु जी, बाप रे क्या क्लासेस दे रहे हो, छोड़ते ही नहीं थे. I am liberated now. हरि बोल. अगली बार जल्दी मत बुलाना उनको. कौन बुलाता है उनको? जल्दी मत बुलाओ, 2-4 साल के बाद देखेंगे. जब मैं बाहर चला जाऊंगा बैंगलोर के, तब बुलाना उनको. When I am out of Bangalore, then call that Prabhu, that Maharaj. Next, Mukta Madhye Kona Jiva Mukta Karimani. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu inquired, out of all liberated persons, who should be accepted as the greatest? Krishna Prema Yara Sei Mukta Shiromani. He who has love for Krishna has attained the topmost liberation. Even many so-called liberated Gyanis and all that, they get attracted by sex, like Vishwamitra Muni, impersonalists. He got attracted to Menka first, and then Rambha afterwards, and then Sobari Muni. He just saw two fishes meeting, and he got distracted only from his practices. Whereas Haridas Thakur, we can see, is the topmost pure devotee. So he was so liberated that Maya could not bind him. First, the prostitute could not attract him or distract him, nor could Maya Devi herself distract him. Rather, she accepted initiation from him, saying that earlier I got Ram Nam Diksha from my master husband, Lord Shiva, but seeing your chanting of Krishna Nam, I want to get initiated in Krishna Nam. So could you please give me initiation in Krishna Nam? And Haridas Thakur said yes. Can you imagine giving initiation to Maya Devi? How much she gives us initiation? Every moment. She's reviving her initiation at every moment. We are taking, reconfirming our vows. Hey Maya Devi, मैं आपसे फिर से एक बार I reconfirm my vows that I will be very loyally, faithfully serving you. I served you last moment also, but this moment also I will give you only. And the next moment again we recommit. Yes, Maya Devi, I am your faithful, obedient servant. Just tell me what to do, how to be most distracted in spiritual life. And I can confirm my vows that I'll be ever devoted to you. I'll never give up your lotus feet, with which you kick me like anything. Your lotus feet are so soft, and I get so nice soft kicks like that through software job. And sometimes I feel hard kicks through hardware job. And in between also all varieties of kicks. Soft hard jobs or hard soft jobs. So he says, he who has love for Krishna has attained the topmost liberation. So devotees are ever liberated. They are free from sexual trouble. Pure devotees. So if you want to, just like sannyasis, you can see, they travel all over the world. No botheration. Nobody is binding them anywhere. Vishwam Purana Sukhayate or Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Ayam Nijaha Parovetti Ganana Lagu Chetasam. Udara Charitanam tu Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Ayam Nija. This is mine. My wife, my child. So narrow mindedness. Parovetti. And he is not mine. वो दूसरों का बच्चा है, मुझे कुछ लेना देना नहीं. गणना लघु चेतसाम, those who are narrow minded, they have this kind of calculation. Udara charitanam tu, but those who are very broad minded, for them vasudhaiva kutumbakam, vasudha eva kutumbakam. Every person on planet earth, he is my relative, he is my kutumbiya, he is my family man, because everybody, Krishna is father and everybody is child of Krishna, so everybody is my brother and sister. So that only those who are udar, broad-minded, they can have that. So devotee is most liberated. He who has love for Krishna has attained the topmost liberation. Next, Gana Madhe Kona Gana Jivera Nija Dharma. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu inquired, among many songs, Bollywood and Hollywood, Which song is to be considered the actual religion of the living entity? Or anything else also? Bollywood, Hollywood, and then German, French. I don't know what are some other songs. So, which is to be considered the actual religion of the living entity? Which one? Bollywood or Hollywood? ISKCON Hood. Ramanandra replied, that song describing the loving affairs of Shri Radha and Krishna is superior to all other songs. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So the loving affair of Radha and Krishna is in Hare Krishna Mahamantra only. This is supreme love song, superior to all Hollywood, Bollywood, and I don't know which all songs exist in the world. So superior to all of them. Prabhupada says in 12.8 purport that when a devotee chants Hare Krishna, Krishna and his internal potency are dancing on the tongue of the devotee. Hare, Radharani takes in Hari Bol, we say Hari Bol, we jump high. So Radharani jumps high on your tongue. And when we say Krishna, Krishna jumps high on your tongue. So continuous dance performance is going on our tongue. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. They are dancing. So free dance show for you. All shows morning 3 to 6, 6 to 9, 9 to 12, 12 to 3, 3 to 6, 6 to 9, 9 to 12, 12 to 3. And forever, whole life. And life after life. Janmani Janmanishware, Avatat Bhakti Rahetu. I don't think any theater in the creation has all shows. Are there any theater having 24-hour shows and same show going on and entertaining free of cost? Anyway, even if that is the case, nobody will be able to watch that same show forever. But devotee can go on chanting Hare Krishna mantra for whole of his life. So thus, he's saying he who has love for Krishna has attained the this one. That song describing the loving affairs of Sri Radha and Krishna is superior to all other songs. He's quoting 10:33-36. Anugrahaya bhaktanam manusham deham ashritah bhajate tadrushi krida yasrutva tatparo bhavet. Lord Krishna descends apparently as a human being and he exhibits his transcendental pastimes in Vrindavan so that the conditioned soul may be attracted to hearing his transcendental activity. Just like in between movie interval, there is a trailer of upcoming movie which is not yet released so that people will be attracted. So Krishna comes on this planet Earth and performs so many wonderful activities. The topmost of which is Ras Leela, his love dance with the gopis, by which he attracts the hearts of conditioned souls. So the loving affairs of Radha Krishna is the topmost song. The song describing loving affairs of Radha Krishna is the superior to all other songs. We have these mundane songs, Hollywood or Bollywood. There also that love affair is there. मैं तुमसे प्यार करती हूँ, तुम मुझसे प्यार करो, या प्यार करता हूँ, जो भी है. So that is nothing. They are doing only for money. Many of them they don't have love for each other, and even husband wife, these actors and actresses, they also divorce. So many of the actors and actresses, if you see their what they call CV or biodata, so you'll find married in this year 2004, divorced in 2009, first wife, and no child. Then second marriage, married in 2010, divorced in 2012. Then third marriage, married like that, and then that divorce has not happened, so nothing is written there. But in future, it may appear there. Divorce third wife also. Many are there like that. If you know, better you don't know, and just hear from me. Shabda Praman saves time. But many Bollywood heroes and heroines have. So Hollywood, though, can you imagine? They must not be marrying only. Live in relationships. न रहेगा बास न बजेगी बांसुरी. Don't marry only to get divorced. So, like that. The only auspicious activity, okay, this we did not see. The earlier we saw. Shreya madde kona Shreya jiverar. Out of all auspicious and beneficial activities, which is the living entity? Krishna Bhakta Sangavina Shreya Nahiyar. The only auspicious activity is association with the devotees of Krishna. So we should always hanker for association of devotees. This is topmost wealth. Because in association of devotees only Krishna manifests. Naham tishtami vaikunte yoginam hridayeshu va tatra tishtami narada yatra gayanti madbhakta. Wherever my devotees congregate and chant my glories, that's where I am present. Kahara smarana jiva karibe anukshan. What should all living entities constantly remember? Mahaprabhu is asking. Krishna Nama Gunalila Pradhana Smaran. The chief objects of remembrance are always the Lord's holy qualities and pastimes. Nama, Rupa, Guna, Lila. This should be our continuous remembrance. Either you remember the name of the Lord or chant the name, or you remember his form. That's why we have such beautiful deities in ISKCON. Radha Vrindavan Chandra, Radha Madhav, Radha Gopinath, Radha Madan Mohan. So many wonderful, beautiful deities. So remember their forms or remember the qualities of the Lord through scriptures. Remember the pastimes of the Lord. Through pastimes, Lord's different qualities are revealed. So this should be our chief remembrance, three chief objects of remembrance. ध्येय मध्ये जीवेरा कर्तव्य को न ध्यान. Out of many types of meditation, which is required for all living entities? Ramandra says, Radha Krishna Padambuja Dhyana Pradhan. The chief duty of every living entity is to meditate upon the lotus feet of Radha and Krishna. I think morning I saw there, or yeah, in Radha Madhav in your Sarjapur Road altar. So there, I think that is Gopashtami dress. So Radharani's lotus feet are also visible there, and our Krishna's lotus feet are always visible. So we can always meditate on this lotus feet. He says that भज हुए मन श्री नंद नंदन अभय चरणार विंद रे दुर्लभ मानव जन्म सत्संगे तरह ये भव सिंधु रे. So here also is saying दुर्लभ मानव जन्म सत्संगे. Should always desire association of devotees and meditate on lotus feet of Radha and Krishna. Abhaya Charanar Vindade. They give us fearlessness. और एको न भुजिनु प्रभु तोमार चरण अशोका भयामृत पूर्ण सर्वखान. So एको न भुजिनु प्रभु. Now, O Lord, I have understood. What? Tomara charan, your lotus feet. Ashoka Bhayamruta. Ashoka Abhaya Amruta. Ashoka Bhayamruta. They award Ashok. No shok. No lamentation. If you take shelter of lotus feet of Lord, then you will have no lamentation in life. No anxiety. Abhaya. And you will have fearlessness. You will not be fearful of anything. Ashoka Bhayamrutam. Purna Sarvakan. And they are the treasure of most. Next, Sarvatyaji Jivera Kartavya Kahavas. Where should the living entity live, reside, abandoning all other places? Vraja Bhumi Vrindavana Jaha Lila Vas. Such amazing. Lila Ras. Lord Ramandra replied, he should live in the holy place known as Vrindavan or Vrajabhumi, where the Lord performed his rasa dance. So we should always pray for being in Vrindavan. Our mind should always be in Vrindavan. Srila Vishnu Chakra Thakur has recommended that one should physically relocate himself to Vrindavan Dham. Go and stay in Vrindavan only. But if you can't do that, then at least let the mind be always residing in Sri Vrindavan Dham. For mind to reside there, mind has to be very pure. In that mind where the remembrance of Krishna is non-stop, such a mind only can be in Vrindavan. Vrindavanam parityajya padam ekam na gacchati. Krishna never goes one step outside of Vrindavan. So one in whose heart Krishna is always residing, one who is always remembering Krishna, such a person is always in Vrindavan. His heart only is Vrindavan. Tomorrow Hruday Sada Govinda Vishram. Where Govinda resides? Vishram. Only in Vrindavan. So heart only becomes Vrindavan for a pure.
pleasing to the ear. Vikriditam Brajavadu Viridam cha Vishnu has quoted. That purifies the heart also. Rudro. Heart attack is not the disease of the heart. Lust is the disease of the heart. This is Rudro. And this everybody has. Heart attack somebody can get. But lust everybody gets. Several times in life he gets. So that will be purified when we hear the pastimes of Radha and Krishna. Upasyara Madhyakona Upasya Pradhan. Among all worshipable objects, which is the chief? Sreshto Upasya Yugala Radha Krishna Nam. Ramandra replied, the chief worshipable object is the holy name of Radha and Krishna. Hare Krishna mantra. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So that is chief worshipable object. We are so fortunate. We can do chanting 24 hours and we can always be worshipping the Lord. Then Mukti, Mukti, Vanche Yei, Kaha Duhara Gati. What is the description of those who desire liberation and those who desire sense gratification? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked. Sthavara Deha, Deva Deha, Aiche Avasthiti. Ramananda has replied. Those who attempt to merge into the existence of the Supreme Lord will have to accept bodies like those of trees. Trees are not moving anywhere. Power. So those who want to merge in impersonal Brahman, they will get something like that existence, like living like trees, not moving anywhere. And those who are overly inclined towards sense gratification will attain the body of demigods. Demigods have a lot of sense gratification. So those who want sense gratification, they can get the bodies of demigods. Arasagya kaka tushe jnana nimba phale rasagya kokila khaya premashra mukule. Ramananda continued, those who are devoid of all transcendental mellows are like the crows that suck the juice from the bitter fruits of the nimba tree of knowledge, whereas those who enjoy mellows like the cuckoos who eat the birds of the mango tree of love of God. So two birds are compared. One is crow, other is cuckoo. Both are black, but difference is there. Both are tasting fruits, but tasting different fruits. Crow is tasting nimba fruit, which is very bitter. That neem you might have seen. You have seen there is a fruit there, small, green, very bitter. But cuckoos, they test the mango birds on the mango tree. That is very special. So it's almost over. Abhagya Gyani Aswadaya Shushka Gyan Krishna Premamrita Panakare Bhagyavan. The unfortunate empiric philosophers test the dry process of philosophical knowledge, whereas the devotees regularly drink the nectar of love of Krishna. Therefore, they are the most fortunate of all. Okay, any question? These were how many questions? 9 questions. What is the dukkha, topmost dukkha?
9.
What is the supreme wealth? What is vidya? 9, no? Any question?
Very not from this topic, but you told like on Gopashtami why Radharani's feet are usually visible. Some pastime is there regarding.
You're commenting or you're asking?
I was asking because I don't know why only Radha.
That so many Krishna started going in the forest. He was going deep in the forest. Radharani and other gopis also desired to go with him. So now how will they go? Nobody will allow them. So they dress themselves as Gop Kumaras, like boys. And then gopis have breasts, so then they had Radharani was holding a calf here, so that the breast is not visible. And they were so eager to go, so their what do you call it? The dress is going all the way down, so they picked it up like Gopas. They took it up, and then the feet of Gopas and Radharani are visible. So that's why they are shown in the memory of what happened on that day of Gopashtami. Any other? Reached perfection? Already all are devotees, devoted to Radha Krishna chanting. Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Never interested in NIT and IIT. Never interested in job and money. Never interested in worldly fame. All of you. That's why there is no question. Already you are following everything. The class was for myself only.
You mentioned about real misery is the feeling separation from devotees.
Not having association of devotee. That is the only misery.
So when I go,
Misery is not the feeling separation from devotee.
and not having separation,
Not having association with devotee.
So when we go away from devotees like home, if I'm not able to feel that I need
Come back here.
Okay.
You should serve devotees here. Then the attachment will develop. Hear about the glories of the devotees, then the heart will be attached to devotees. Then when we go away from devotees, we will be remembering them like anything. Like in recently we had Yatra, 10,000 devotees were there. How many of you came? Yeah. So certainly we could not associate with 10,000 devotees, but we met so many of our friends whom we had not met for some months or years like that, and we had interaction. New friends were made. So then now we feel separation from them because they all have gone to their different places and we have come here. So we are separated from them. So we feel separation from them. And we remember, oh, I was there with that devotee. It was amazing talk. Like last day of our yatra, officially because I was serving as Dhamsar. After I came from last day's tour, then I went in that reception counter. Reception, that service was over, nobody was there. But our Baldev Prabhu was sitting. So I sat on the chair next to him. I said, Baldev Prabhu, service is over. Are you happy? He said, yeah, very good. Thank you. So then I asked, what are the details and how will wind up will be done? He said, they will be doing. And some things happened. So association with Baldev Prabhu. Now it's over because he's gone to Mumbai. Again on 10th December, the festival of gratitude is there. This is Sundarshyam Gospel. We'll go to GV, Wada. So we'll again meet Baldev Prabhu. But we are currently separated. And so many others. Chamanand Prabhu. So this thing over. Sanat Kumar Prabhu asked me, how is your health and what's happening? So now they are gone. They are gone to Bombay. I'm in Bangalore. We'll go to Pune. So we should remember. We should serve devotees when we are with them. Then we will feel separation when we are not with them. And you don't serve only, so what attachment is only not found. Like mother serves the child so much. So when the child goes to school, mother feels separation. Child also feels separation in the school. Oh, when the school will be over, when will I go home and meet my mother? So only when service is there between two Vaishnavas, then the firm bonding is there. Then when we are separated by the effect of time, then we feel separation. And bonding only is not there. Like, are you feeling separation from Mr. James Brandy of London? Brandy pita hai. You never feel separation. You don't know on the कौन है James Brandy. लोग इतना क्यों प्रेम करते हैं इससे? इसको डिवोटी है. एक माला कर रहा है क्या वो? नहीं कर रहा है तो मैं मारो होगी. So you don't feel separation. One who don't know, one whom you don't know, or one whom you don't serve. Isn't it like you have so many devotees here also in that. But those whom you don't interact with, those whom you don't serve, you don't have attachment to them so much. So then in day they are gone here and there. Sometimes some devotee leaves body and we are told some congregation member left body. Who left body? Such and such Das or this Dasi Mataji. We never knew, so we are not feeling so much separation. We never knew only. You can say, can I see photo you see? Oh, first time I am seeing this. Prabhu was in our congregation. Huh? So you don't feel so much separation. But if you hear about that Prabhu, what all services he rendered, so then you may feel some separation. So either serving, hearing about a devotee, or interacting with a devotee, or serving him, then the loving bond forms. And then when we are separated, we feel separation. Otherwise, not. Understand? Yes.
Prabhu, because of some valid reason or some health issue or sometimes the devotees have to leave association. It may be us or some other fellow devotees in our association. So that time, how do we see it? And should we feel like, oh, Krishna is like taking away? I have done some
never
offense.
blame Krishna. That is a Kanishta Adhikari. If you blame Krishna, you are a Kanishta Adhikari.
No, maybe I have done an offense. That's not.
That is okay. You take blame to yourself, then you are Madhyam Adhikari. If you blame Krishna, you are Kanishta Adhikari. So don't be a Kanishta Adhikari. It's not Krishna's fault.
Like, how do we see it, bro? Like, when we
See the way it is.
so we have to
Yeah.
except that we have.
Yeah. You can call him here. Why is he going away? Or why are you going away from association?
Like there might be some health issue or something like that.
Health issue is bodily issue. We are not bodies in one sense. But okay, take it. If you have to relocate yourself to another place, come to this place again and again in vacation or weekend or whatever it is, depending on the distance, etc. Or call the devotees to your place and continue your relationships. Otherwise, don't worry too much. Have a relationship with the devotees over there. Don't need to worry so much. The devotee is everywhere. If you really love someone, then you call him over to your place or you visit him to his place regularly and continue the relationship. But don't blame Krishna. Yes.
So you told that one should not get stuck up in doing so much analysis, like
So much?
so much analysis. Like
They call paralysis by
analysis. There should be
like that centipede or millipede. In the rainy season, you'll find no? Some kind of insect with many legs on this side, many legs on this side, and it moves and it goes. It's like a wave moving, like that. So one frog was very jealous of seeing such a smooth movement of that. So he asked, "Oh my dear centipede, when you walk so graciously. Could you please tell me? I also want to learn this kind of dancing walking. First you pick up your third right leg or the 10th left leg, and then the first left leg, and then 25th right leg." So when that centipede heard it, third the right leg. then it was not able to walk only. Forget about that smooth movement. And then it was analyzing only. Which one do I lift first? It could not move at all. This is called as paralysis by analysis. So that we should know.
So my question is like, sometimes this you told about whether I should be brahmachari or grihastha. Like,
I should be brahmachari. About you are asking.
so you told like we have to transcend into this bodily platform, but we have to decide this because this setup is favorable for me for devotional service.
That's why I said now, by default, first you join as a brahmachari. For 1 year, 2 years. Brahmachari are blissful. They are always looking for more. So first you join as a brahmachari. Because see, after marriage, if you want to join brahmachari ashram, no question. It's gone. It's a irreversible ratchet. Your direction, you cannot put reverse gear. So now only is the chance, opportunity, you join brahmachari ashram for 1 year, 2 years, 5 years. And I told you already that Nokri and Chokri Krishna will give. Don't worry, I give you guarantee. On behalf of Krishna. Krishna has given guarantee, that's why I am guaranteed on his behalf. And after few years you realize that, this is a very nice life, but not for me. I need to be grihastha. And Krishna will arrange for you wife and job and everything else. Don't worry. Our one brahmachari was in ashram for 11 years. Sankran also. After 11 years, he felt that I should marry. So he went out. Within 6 months, he got married. So some Nityanasa boys, they were joking with their friend, "अरे देखो ब्रह्मचारी 11 साल अंदर रहा, बाहर आया 6 महीने में शादी हो गया. You fellow for last 3 years you are struggling in that marriage board. You are not getting engagement also. That brahmachari see कितना advanced है. 6 महीने में शादी भी हो गई, settle भी हो गया. So just see how brahmachari got quickly married and settled. Because Krishna helped. Because he gave 11 years, he gave 11 years of youth. He must have joined something like 23, 24 age, approximately I'm telling. And remained brahmachari till 35 or something. So Krishna said, "Oh, you gave me your youth. I will give you youthful girl." Like that. Done. And this is anyway old news. Even now that boy is without marriage only. Because he never joined as a brahmachari. At least he should have come inside the ashram. 1-2 साल रहता था, बाहर जाते ही कृष्ण उससे शादी करवा देते थे. ठीक है. ये था माम प्रपंच. You give me your life, I will give you another life. Life partner. You became my life partner for 1 to 3 years. I will give you life partner. वो बना ही नहीं भगवान के साथ लाइफ पार्टनरशिप किया ही नहीं. तो भगवान ने उसको लाइफ पार्टनर अभी तक नहीं दिया. So age is growing like he's approaching 40 now age after few years. हमारा ब्रह्मचारी तो शादी करके उसके तो 2 बच्चे भी हो गए. Twins were born. भगवान भी एकदम फास्ट कर रहे थे. बोले इसका थोड़ा गाड़ी लेट चल रहा है. 35 मैरिड. सेकेंड चाइल्ड एक ही साथ 2 दे दिया. 2 हो गए. छप्पर if you take 1 step towards Krishna, Krishna takes 10 steps. So he gave 11 years, so Krishna gave him in 1 year 2 children. So that is simple formula. Okay. So after brahmacharya life, one can always marry. Means if he wishes to. He can remain brahmacharya also if he wants to. But he can always marry. But after marriage, he can never become brahmacharya. Forget it. Only one possibility, vanaprastha ashram, that is also very difficult because you have not undergone brahmacharya training. So that also is most. That's why in ISKCON vanaprastha ashram doesn't exist in Vansas. Because nobody underwent brahmacharya training. So how could they be inspired to become vanaprastha after grastha life? So that's why I always tell all the boys, first you should become brahmacharya. For 1 year, 2 years, 5 years. Then afterwards, Krishna will arrange. So many of my friends, they remained in ashram for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. He went out, then monthly salary 1.5 lakhs. After 20 years staying in ashram, out, and salary begins with 1.5 lakhs. Within ISKCON only. ISKCON temple. GVK top leader. Director. Understood? 1.5 lakhs per month. क्योंकि इतना जीवन अपना जीवन दिया भगवान को 20 years from the age of 22 to 42 youth prime of youth तो Krishna arranged and wife also having 50,000 rupees per month okay दोनों को मिलके 2 lakhs per month. Any other question?
Likewise, chanting, you told na in morning also that it is the best service. If time is there, then one can try to chant more and more rounds. But due to being the adhikar as karma adhikari only, sometimes it becomes tough. So at the level of karma adhikari, how can one gradually advance to gyan adhikar and then get the bhakti adhikar?
Karma adhikar and gyan adhikar. We don't talk about this karma and gyan. Jnana karmadhi anavritam.
Punya are very swalp na. So like how can one get that bhakti adhikar where one
By staying with devotees and hearing and chanting in their midst. That is only required. There is no need of karma adhikar and gyan adhikar. Somebody else had a question.
Prabhuji, here we see that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is inquiring from Ramananda Rai. But if there are senior devotees around us and if we don't have any question to ask, then but we still want to hear them, then what we should ask?
Somebody else could ask question if you don't have question. Otherwise they will keep quiet. Then why should they speak? Somebody should express the desire. Na? Some question should be asked. Sometimes you can ask this kind of question: how did you come to Krishna consciousness? Like Vyasdev is asking to his spiritual master, Narada Muni. But also we should not be just doing time pass with senior devotees. We should be genuine inquiry. How you came to Krishna? थोड़ा प्रभु 10 मिनट है मेरे गाड़ी 10 मिनट के बाद है तो क्या आपका थोड़ा टाइम पास कर बताइए एंड 10 मिनट के बाद वो बताते हैं हाफ स्टोरी हाँ तो अच्छा है बाकी का रिकॉर्डिंग कीजिए मुझे जाना है. It should not be like should not use them as an object of time pass. It should be genuine inquiry. If you say accepting the shelter of a bona fide spiritual master in the first one, only one movie is very clear: this material world is not a proper shelter. Such a person will be able to take shelter of bona fide spiritual master or senior devotees also. So you should have genuine inquiry. Tasmat, what is that? Gurum prapadyeta jigyasu shreya uttamam. He has jigyasa. He jigyasu, inquisitive. Shreya, what is ultimate spiritual perfection. Uttamam, topmost. The inquiry should be according to. Otherwise, you keep quieting and chant Hare Krishna. Or read Prabhupada books. Prabhupada is evergreen speaker, means all-time speaker. In the midnight also, you open Prabhupada book, he will speak to you. In midnight, if you wake up some senior devotee, then you will get verified by your counselor. So, any other? Okay, so we'll end here then. Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki
Jai.
Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki
Jai.
Shri Ramanand Rai ki
Jai.
Shri Prabhupada ki
Jai.
Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki
Jai.
Jai.